Okay, so let's start first where we're just going to have you go through each of the chords that we know, the F, the C, and the G7, and just one string at a time. And really slow, just like this. I don't want it any faster. Okay, Teresa, let's have you start. Did you ever change all your strings, by the way?
Yes, I finally did.
I'm proud of you. That's fantastic. It's a job. That's really
Well, I had to get car work done, so I'm at the mechanics. They thought I was
perfect.
Hey, I know how to fill time.
That's great.
Oh, it was tuned, I have to admit, but
okay, why don't you mute and tune yourself up, because it's going to go out of tune every 10 minutes right now for just a little bit. So mute yourself, and then we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, Terry, let's have you play. I want you to go like this. One string.
Oh, sorry, single string.
Okay. Great, great. Kristen? Is it Kristen or Christine?
It's Kristen.
Okay, good.
And I only know the C and F. I haven't caught up yet.
Okay.
So there's the down and up, right?
Just down like this.
Okay.
One string. Okay, now you're playing C right now, is that right?
Right.
So do that again for me now. Okay, okay, great. Now the F chord.
Now, if I remember, it's like
and this. I want you to go slower. Go like this. Okay, now, one thing I want you to do is I want you to take your hand and I want you to move it up like this. Okay, now try playing that F chord again. Good. Did you notice that you didn't have the dead tone? And do you know why you have the dead sound when you have it? It's because your finger's touching that string by accident.
Okay.
So you want to make sure your fingers are up enough, and they're always, you want to make sure your fingers are always like this, like that claw, not like this, but really angled, okay?
All right. Get those calluses.
Okay. Yeah. And then this one is just hard to play. That one is really hard to play. Just play that by itself for me, just there. There you go. So just practice this one by itself a bit, because that one is just really hard to play. You have to push the first fret on it. What's that?
Because it's on the first fret, is that why?
Yeah, that's exactly why. Exactly why. Yeah. So just practice that one, and it'll really hurt, and then it won't hurt.
Okay.
So, okay. Right. And then the G7 is your finger still here where it is right now. And then you're going to take these two fingers, you're going to put one here and one here.
Oh, so like all together. C and F together, huh?
But these two fingers are in the same fret.
Same fret. Okay.
So now what you've got to do is you've got to move your elbow out. There you go. Now try it. Good, good. That's it. Now, I want everybody to do this, okay? Everyone do this. Put your ukulele like this in your hand, okay? You can't get too good at this, okay? Ukulele in your hand like this, and then fingers over, okay? And that's how I want you to hold your ukulele. So now play that G7 again for me, holding your ukulele like that. And you're gonna find it's a lot easier because it angles your fingers.
Okay. Oh,
great.
Yeah.
See, you know, when you play like this, look at me for a second. You see how your fingers have to try to fit into that fret? That's wrong. You don't want to play like that. You want to watch. You want to go like this, so that your fingers are at an angle. Do you understand the difference? So instead of being like this, they're going to be like that, and that's by holding your ukulele right here.
Right there. Okay.
Okay, and the back of your hand should actually be touching this first tuner. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Great. Okay. Yeah, so just work on that one. You'll get it. Okay,
Okay.
you can work on it right now. Sarah, let's have you play for me. Awesome, great. Teresa?
My A still sounds very wobbly. Does that sound right to you?
Not at all.
But it comes up green
As what note?
and I am in uke this time.
Okay.
It says A, but it sounds wobbly.
It's this string, right? The bottom string?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think you're just down a whole octave. So just tighten. See, this is where it should sound is la, and yours is here, lo. So you need
Is
to
there another A I should be using?
yeah, you want it to be a whole octave higher. So tighten that string a lot. Take it, bring it all the way up.
Do you want to come back to me? Or no? We're up to E.
You gotta turn it a whole bunch of times. Turn it a lot. Keep turning. Keep trying to.
Oh. It's not even showing anything. Okay. No.
Almost. You're getting closer. Keep going up. 4 more notes.
It's forever an E.
Yeah, do some big turns. You're almost there.
I was doing those exercises on that video for my fingers.
Excellent.
But I wasn't doing them fast.
That's okay. That's totally okay. There you go.
Ah, finally an A. Oh, too high.
You need to go back down now.
You're good. My gosh.
Well,
It's not even nothing. My screen sometimes fritzes out, I think.
that's pretty good right there.
Okay.
Pretty good right there. Okay,
I'm
awesome.
I'm sweating now.
It's so scary when you're tightening that much. I always wait for a string to pop out, but no, that was great. Okay, so play me the chords now. C, F, and G7. Real slow.
Ooh. Okay.
No?
You can tell I wasn't practicing with the right A. It was a little flat there.
Yeah. Can you come a little closer to the screen so I can see your fingers a little bit better? Great.
A little bit lower. Okay. So G7.
Yeah. You're just out of tune. It's okay. You're playing it right. Okay. Now the F.
Oh. Oh, it's too fast. Sorry.
Okay. Great. So now just play your strings open for me. Just play them.
Open? Totally open?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So go ahead and mute and tune again. Okay. Did you just do the strings today?
Did I change them today? No, I changed them 2 days ago. And then I've been tuning them. Yeah.
Yeah. Brand new strings just take absolutely forever. And this is a trick that you can do to help break in your strings. Whenever you get a new ukulele, everyone, or if you get new strings, do this with your strings. It works on guitar too. You just take your finger underneath and do like this. And what it does is that stretches out your strings a bit, and then retune it, and then do it again, retune it. That just kind of helps stretch out your strings a bit. Okay. Eventually it'll get to where it stays in tune all the time. It just takes a little while. Okay. So let's do this now. So now we're going to do the hammering of the F chord and the G7. Okay. Everybody come back. Okay. We're going to do the F chord hammering. Okay. We're going to go slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, 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 F. Make sure your fingers are really at an angle. Okay, Terry, yours don't look like they're quite enough of an angle. Maybe I'm just not seeing it right though. Maybe it's just me. I want to see them more like, go down just a bit. That's the right angle, what you just did a minute ago, but it needs to be down a bit. No, the other angle, like this, like this. Can you bring the head forward? Now bring it down. Okay, that's all right. So see, if you do like this, then I can see what you're doing better. Okay, all right, great. So just make sure that you've got that angle happening. Okay, now let's do the G7. Okay, G7, you're gonna have this finger down and do these two fingers. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, 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 G7. Okay, so now let's hear everybody do that. So you're going to do F 5 times for me, slowly like that. And then you're going to do G7 for me slowly like that. Okay, so Terry, let's have you start.
That's too fast, huh?
Yeah, go slower. It's a lot harder to go slow on these.
It is. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Okay, now the G7. Okay, great. Now, Terry, when you're playing really like this. Now, you can if you want to, but I suggest that you take it more across your body. So let's.
It's only because I'm trying to get you to see it.
Okay, great.
Normally I'm like this.
Okay, super. Okay, great. Sarah, let's have you do it. Sarah, can you come a little bit closer so I can see your fingers a little bit better? Kind of have a fisheye lens there. Okay, great. Now I only see one finger going. Are you doing both those fingers?
That was F.
And are you doing 2 fingers for F?
No, just one.
Okay, F should be 2 fingers. Both of those fingers go up.
Oh,
and down.
I hammer both. Okay.
Yeah.
And now I got to practice that one more.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Here, practice it for a minute and I'll come back to you, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Teresa.
So F.
Yep.
It's still hard for me to get them in one step. They still want to do 1, 2.
Yeah, and it just takes practice. That's the whole reason to do this. It'll just be getting it in your head that way, you know, the coordination.
And then G7, you have the one anchored, right? And then you
Yep.
just
And make sure that that you're not touching the strings with this hand.
Right.
You should hear it. I should be able to hear it when you play it.
I can hear some.
Okay, it's the connection's not great, so that's probably what's going on there. Okay, and when you do this, everyone, I want you to look at your fingers when you do this. Look at your fingers so you can really tell if you're getting that angle right, okay? Look at your fingers. Later, I'll tell you not to look at your fingers, but when you're doing this, I want you to look and really make sure that you're playing with your fingers angled.
I actually like the video because I can watch my fingers without doing this. I should, like, watching ourselves here is actually better for me than looking over here, but I don't know.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be the next one, I guess, but I'll have to record myself by myself.
Yeah, it actually, and you could just put your computer or whatever on a camera so you're watching yourself doing it. Yeah, some of the instruments I teach, I have the kids go in front of a mirror to play.
Yeah.
But it's much more comfortable to be able to sit and just look in your computer. Yeah, awesome. My refugee kids don't have the computers, but we do. So, all right. So, Kristen, let's have you do it.
Okay.
So the goal, Kristen, is to put down both fingers at exactly the same time. And it's called hammering because it should be as if you're hammering the string with those fingers and you get this small sound. Okay, that's the F. Now make sure that you've got both of your knuckles bent, not just a little bit. And then for the G7, you keep the anchor finger, which is the low, and then you just do these two fingers. There you go. Now I want you to do it slowly though. It's much harder slowly, and that's how you build up the muscle memory. It's okay. Just takes practice, okay? Okay, so I want everybody to keep doing that, and I want you to do it at least 10 times per one. So 10 Fs, 10 G7s every day, okay? All right, now let's go to the one strums. So the first one strum that we have is the F, G7, F, G7, right? So here we go. 1, we'll go a little slower than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, F, G7, F, G7, F, G7, F, G7. Okay, how'd you guys do on that? Is that getting any better? This technique is a technique you're going to use the rest of the time you play ukulele, where you learn to go from one chord to the next by just playing those two chords. So now we're going to do G7 to C. Okay, so start on G7. Get that G7 ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, C. G7, C. G7, C. G7, C. Okay, and then the last one is F, G7, C. F, G7, C. Is everybody there with me on the F, G7, C? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, C. F, G7, C. F, G7, C. Okay, so now we're going to go one at a time. So Teresa, let's have you go first. So I want you to do just F to G7 first.
And I'm out of tune again. So
Okay, wait, tune up, we'll come back to you.
I okay, but I was trying to stay up with you, so I didn't tune.
That's okay. Tune right now while the others are doing it, okay? All right, Sarah, let's have you go first this time. So I'm gonna have you go F, G7, F, G7. Okay, that's fantastic. I want to change your strum just a little bit. You're strumming like this as if you had a pick in your fingers. I want you to separate that. You're going to do a ukulele strum, which is just with one finger. Okay? You're going to go just down with your finger. And then when you come back, so when you go down, it's using your fingernail going down. And then when you come up, you use the inside of your finger. So down and then up. And this is the strum that you'll see all the famous ukulele players playing. You know, it's that one. So it's this. Yeah, and it's a much prettier sound on the ukulele, just this finger. Okay? Yeah, so okay, so now let's have you do the G7C. Great. Now the only thing, you're doing really good, your hand position, everything, but I want you to move this hand up a little bit so you're playing on the neck.
Okay.
Okay, now the last one, F, G7, C. Excellent, fantastic, great. Okay, Terry, that was really good, Sarah.
Yeah, that sounded awesome.
Yeah, so F, G7. Okay, G7C. Great, and then F, G7C. Okay, great. Teresa?
All right, remind me what we started with.
F and G7.
Okay, so back to F.
Just keep doing that over and over again.
7. Ooh.
Good. And that's the way that you do it to learn these chords, to go back and forth. Just one strum back and forth a million times. Okay, now let's do G7 to C.
Okay.
Excellent. Now let's go F, G7, C.
That's the one I like. So, oops, sorry.
It's okay.
7.
Excellent. Fantastic. Okay, Kristen, let's have you do
All right.
F to G7. Okay, good. Now let's go G7 to C. Now let me show you something, Kristen. When you go G7 to C, there's a little trick. You go G7 and then you just slide that finger down to the C. Don't lift it up.
Ah, okay.
Now when you're going back from C to G7, you have to pick up the finger. So it only works when you're going
Right.
G7 to C. but just don't
Okay.
lift that finger from the ukulele at all. There you go. Okay, great. And then the F, G7, C. Okay, so practice these, okay? Okay, let's go to chord exercise number 1. Now, what strum pattern were we doing for this? Were we doing down, 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 hit? Is that right? Down, 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 hit, down. Is that right? Or how are you guys playing this? How are you practicing it? Exercise number 1.
I was practicing it 3 strums and a hit, but
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Yeah.
My
oh,
internet.
I thought you were only
bad.
doing 2 strums and a hit. My
No, 3
apologies.
strums and a hit, but it's probably my internet. So, okay,
Oh,
so
maybe.
here we go. Let's play this together. So it's going to be.
Can you share it on the screen?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't bring my printout.
it's okay.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C, C. Hit. Oh, wait, let's see. Somebody's not. Carrie, will you mute?
Sorry.
It's okay. It just, the internet makes it sound weird together. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C, C. Say it. C, C, C. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. F, G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. Repeat. C, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. Okay, how'd you guys do? So, Teresa, let's have you go first playing this for me.
Okay.
And what I'll probably do is stop you and then have you play another part.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at the top, but you don't have the top. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. Oops. Wait, I got that all screwed up. There we
Okay.
go.
Let's skip and go down to 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth line. The fifth line right here. Do you see where my pointer is right there?
Yeah.
Okay, start right there.
Okay.
And yeah, get your uke back up. There you go.
So C, hit. C, 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 hit. 7.
Okay, now, Teresa, the way that you pick how fast you go is based on being able to play without a pause.
Okay.
So if you need a pause when you do the chord changes, it means you want to go more slowly.
Okay.
So let's go more slowly. Let's go about like C, 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 hit like that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, same place.
C.
Okay, now let's go down to the very last line. Down
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, so this part is the hardest part. This part, everyone should practice this like 4 times as much as you practice the rest, okay? Because this is the hardest. If you can do this, then you can do the other part pretty well.
Mhm.
Okay, so everybody make sure you practice this the most, okay? But you're doing okay. Just keep working on that. Okay, Terry, let's have you start, and I'll do the same with you where I have you stop and then start.
Okay. Oops.
Okay, great. Skip down to here now. Would you just play this? Actually, let's do this line and we'll just go right into the end.
Okay. Ah.
Okay, great. Okay, Kristen, let's just have you play the beginning for me.
Okay. You went to my place.
Okay, great. Let's go down to here, play this, and then go on to the end.
It's really fast.
Okay, great. All right, just keep working on this one. Okay, Sarah, let's have you do the first line. Remember the finger. Now, can you hear how much better that sounds when you do the finger? Did you hear how it like opened up the sound of the ukulele?
Yeah, it's like lighter too.
Yeah, yeah, it's a much prettier sound. Okay, now let's go down to here. Awesome. That was really great, Sarah. Okay, now, part of the reason for playing this is to build up endurance. So don't skip any of this. You got to really make yourself practice that because it's about not going faster, keeping the steady beat, and getting strong. So keep doing this, but you do want to practice this part the most, okay? So I want you to keep this as homework. And then now what I want to do is I want to go to our first song, which is You Are My Sunshine. Let me find the good version of that. Here we go. And I will put this in the Facebook group so everybody can see it. Can everybody see it? Did I share it? No, I didn't share it yet. There we go. Okay, so I'll put that in the Facebook group so everybody has it. Now, the way that this works is you, name of the song, You Are My Sunshine. The chords that are in the song are C, G7, and F. When it says it's in 4, that means you're going to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about that too much. But now the strum pattern is just down, 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 down. No ups, only down. No hits, just downs, okay? And whenever it has a slash, remember that means you're going to repeat the chord again, right? So you have C, and then how many slashes do you have here? 4 more slashes. So this is, oh, and then this right here means a hit. So this is how the intro is going to go, is like this. C, you're going to play C 5 times because you have the C plus 4 slashes. C, 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 C. You are my sun. All right. So it's C, 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 and then a hit. And when you hit, you say you. Hit. You are my, and then you start playing again on sun. All right, so let's try this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C. You are my sunshine. Okay, let's do that again. Here we go. 1, 2. This is actually the hardest part of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C. You are my sunshine. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C. You are my sunshine. Okay, I want you each to play just that part for me. Teresa?
Okay. So. You are my sunshine.
Very good, very good. Now, the only thing is you don't want to sing faster than you're playing. So we're going really slow. So each one is like a, you are my sun. That's how slow we're going. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my son. Do you see how it's the same tempo as the, okay, so do that again for me.
Okay. So. You are my sun. I'm trying to do it.
No, that was
I'm
great.
trying
That was
to
perfect. That was really good. Okay, Terry. You are my sunshine. Excellent. Kristen?
Okay. You are my sun.
Excellent. Good. Sarah?
You are my sunshine.
Okay, now, same thing that I told Teresa, the you are my is the same speed as your strum, strum,
Okay.
strum, 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 you are my. You see how it's all the same speed?
Yeah.
So do that again.
You are my sun.
This is what you're doing, Sarah. Watch me. You're doing it like this. You're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my son, like that.
Okay.
See how I'm going way too fast with the singing? You're
Yeah.
not quite going that fast. I was exaggerating it, but you're going too fast. So you want it to be the same speed. So do it together with me. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my sunshine. Okay, so now do that again for me.
Okay. You are my sun.
Good. Now, when you're doing the "you are my," you want to go "you are my" and be ready to go. Son, don't wait until it's time to play to lift up your hand. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So then we're going to keep doing the C downs until we get to the word happy. And that's when we're going to change to F right here. And then when we get to gray, we're going to change to C. And then when we get to no, F again. Love is C, C, G7, C. All right, so let's try this. Here we go. From the beginning with the introduction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are sea gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I see love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my sun. Okay, so once you get to here, this C has the 4 strums after it with the hit is exactly the same as the intro. So you do the same thing here, and we usually just go back to the beginning and do it over again. You can also do the other verses, but let's just, for now, we'll just go from here back to the beginning of You Are My Sunshine. Okay? So any questions? Okay, yeah.
I noticed the spacing is obviously for the strums. Is that significant when we're trying to, like the last line, the please and the don't just have literally one strum to them? So
for the word sunshine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for the word sunshine, listen to this. Sunshine. See how I played 5 strums there?
right.
And then, please don't take, those each just have 1 strum. Please don't take. So each of these lines is 1 strum.
And they're spaced the way they are just because of the word, how quickly you say the word versus how long you draw it out. Not because the strum, not because we're having longer pauses between the strums.
Exactly. That's such a good question. Yeah. All of the strums are exactly equally apart. It's just because of the words that they look like they're farther apart. And you don't really so much have to, well, maybe I like watch this. The most important thing is to know when you get to happy, you're going to change. When you get to gray, you're going to change there and there. Okay, so you want to be watching. And what I usually do, what I did when I was first learning this, is I would circle this. So I remembered, well, that one's an easy one, but here I'd circle that. So I remembered happy is where I'm going to change to F, and then circle gray. You don't have to, but you can.
They're always the same strum, like it doesn't ever go faster, right?
That's right.
It's always
That's
Okay.
right. It's always the same. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's try this again. See how we do. And then I'm going to put this song up in the homework like the other stuff. Okay, so you'll have this to print out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sun. Okay, so does it make sense? Okay, so homework is, I'm going to write this down, but I want to just go through it one time with you. Let's see, stop that share. Okay, so the homework is going to be a lot of what we had last week because it's stuff that I want you to get stronger in. Okay, the F, the G, C, and the G7. Oops, each chord string by string. And you're going to do this every time you learn a chord. And then I want you to do the hammer on the F and the G7 10 times slowly. And then the F, G7, F, G7, G7C, G7C, and then F, G7C, F, G7C. Then I want you to do chord exercise number 1, and then You Are My Sunshine. Okay? Does it all make sense? Okay. Try to put in 20 minutes a day. That's how you'll get your calluses and how you'll get stronger in this, okay? All right, guys. And yeah, remember this, no lazy fingers. It's gotta be like that. Yeah, exactly. All right. I'll see y'all next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.